Hi students, my name is Miss Cassandra Limburg Finance, and in this grade 7 social studies lesson, we'll be discussing a very important topic, rules and responsibilities. Let's start by discussing what are rules. Well, rules are established standards, principles, or instructions that guide how things should be done correctly. These guidelines are set up to govern, direct, and control our actions and behaviors, where? Among our family, in the community, or in society as a whole. A general rule tells us what we should do or what cannot be done. Now, where do we use rules? Can you students identify some places where rules are used? Rules are used at home, places of worship, schools, offices, hospitals, etc. And they help all members of society organize their lives in a smooth and acceptable manner. Now, there are several types of rules. One, there is law, there is norms, morals, requirements, and there is also regulations. Let's see the description of some of these rules. Let's look at what is a law. Now, laws are rules adopted by a country or community to govern the behavior of people or organizations. Let's think about norms now. These are rules or expectations that are socially accepted and enforced. For example, you are expected to be honest. You're expected to be respectful. So these are norms, right? The other type of rule is morals. Now, these rules apply to the principle of if something is right or if it's wrong. This is a type of rule that tells on our conscience. Is this right? Should I be doing this or should I not be doing this? Right? So those are called morals. Now, there is requirements. Generally, these rules are stipulations that must be followed during a verification process. So, for example, you may be going for a passport. We know we have to fill out a form, and there is certain information that must be inputted into that form. Those are called requirements. Then there is regulations. Regulations, on the other hand, are rules made by a government or authorities in order to control the way something is done or the way people behave. Why are rules important? One, rules are important for safety and protection. For example, vehicles are required to stop when a traffic light is red. If not obeyed, accidents may occur. Another reason why rules are important is for the maintenance of discipline in an organization or an institution. For example, as outlined by a company or your school. It is also important for the prevention of conflict. Breaking rules, as we know, creates conflict. Another reason is that life runs more smoothly when everyone follows what is right or follows the rules. We'd all agree, right, students? And finally, it is also ethical and morally right to follow rules. So, safety and protection for the maintenance of discipline in an organization or institution. It's important for the prevention of conflict. It is important because life runs more smoothly when rules are followed, and it's ethically and morally right to follow rules. Unfortunately, very often the rules that help to shape our lives in society are broken. This can lead to a breakdown in society's values and ultimately lead to chaos. Therefore, it is important that citizens demonstrate what is called responsible behaviors at all times, even when others are breaking the rules. So it's safe to say responsible people obey rules and avoid sanctions and punishment. So let's put these three concepts into perspective: responsible people, sanctions, and punishment. A responsible person is able to make conscious decisions based on facts and knowledge of if something is right or wrong. A responsible person conducts and behaves positively, impacting themselves and society. And finally, a responsible person is honest, respectful, compassionate, fair, and accountable. What happens when rules and regulations are not followed? When rules are broken, they result in what is called sanctions or punishment. To sanction or punish someone is to impose something that is undesirable or unpleasant to them. It is often executed by someone in authority, for example, your parent, a head teacher, or a judge. The aim of punishing someone is to deter them from engaging in actions or behaviors that are deemed undesirable or unacceptable. For your homework, students, for each of the following, you're required to list 3 rules and identify appropriate punishment if they are broken. 1, your home, your church, temple, or mosque, your classroom, or your favorite game. So you'd list 3 rules for each of those, and you'd identify appropriate punishment if those rules are broken. In summary, we stated rules are guidelines set up to govern and control our actions or behavior. We also identified 5 types of rules, including requirements, morals, and regulations. We also looked at the importance of rules, and we looked at sanctions and punishment. This has brought us to the end of our lesson on rules and responsibilities. I am Miss Cassandra Lindbergh Finance. See you in our next session where we'll be exploring another interesting topic. Bye, students.